What's up, guys? So in today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, so keep on watching if you want to see how I do it. So I'm going to start off with this small little eyebrow pencil that I got from the beauty supply. As you can see, it works super well because if it didn't, it wouldn't be that small. And I really like it because on the top it has one of those little sharpeners, so that's convenient, and it has the spoolie on the other end. A lot of people like using the brow pomades and stuff like that, but that pencil literally costs like $2 or $3 and it does just as good as like the Anastasia Brow Wiz or anything like that. So I'm basically just going to fill in my brows and keep on filling them in until they are all the way full, and then I just brush them out until they blend with my natural eyebrows. After I'm done filling them in, I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in medium beige, and I'm basically just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on the back of my hand just so that it will kind of stay warm on my hand, because it does dry pretty quickly in my opinion. So I go ahead and I also take a little eyebrow brush or an angled brush, and I go ahead and I start to line underneath my eyebrows. And I broke my nail, so excuse that ratchetness real quick. But yeah, so I'm just going to go underneath my eyebrows and just outline them to clean them up a little bit and make them look perfect. Now, after I'm done doing my eyebrows to the best of my ability, I take the Born This Way Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation in Golden, and I go ahead and shake that up a bit to mix up the product and just pump one pump on my hand. It was almost gone, so I had to do like a few pumps to get it out, but yeah, just do one pump. That should be enough because it is medium to full coverage. And I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and my Smashbox Primer water, and I'm going to just shake it up and spray my Beauty Blender just to dampen it a bit up, and just use that to pick up my foundation and to blend it out on my face. When you're using the Beauty Blender, I know that everyone has a Beauty Blender, but I see a lot of people that like rub their foundation with it. I don't think that's a good technique to use. I think that if you bounce it and pat it in, it's going to keep that full coverage and not wipe it away. And honestly, like, I try to use just a little bit so it's not full coverage and it's more medium coverage, because for this makeup look, I want it to be kind of like, almost like, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like glam, but also natural. Like, it looks really nice, but you can wear it every single day. So that's the kind of look I'm going for. And I want it to also be like glowy. So you'll see throughout the video how I'm going to try to make it as natural and as glowy as possible without looking like I'm going to the club, basically. And I meant to put primer on my face, but I totally forgot. I used the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. It's really good. But yeah, I guess I'm just going back through and just patting in my foundation a bit more so it doesn't look cakey or anything like that, because we want it to look as moist as possible. And I am going to take, why did I just say moist? That's like the weirdest word ever. But anyway, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild bronzer in Bikini Contest. It's awesome because it was only like $3 or $4, and I've literally had it for probably a year. But I also didn't really use it that much, except for now. But yeah, clearly it lasts a long time because it's a big pan. I'm trying to see if I can find like the weight of it. It's 0.46 ounces. So I don't know if that's a lot or not, but whatever. And I'm just using that to contour my nose, to slim it up a bit, and just make it look a little bit smaller. You guys know what contouring is, so I don't need to explain it. After I get done contouring my nose, I'm going to take the same bronzer and like a little fluffy brush, and I'm going to powder my cheeks or bronze up my cheeks just to give them some like color and some depth, or whatever you want to freaking call it, dimension, depth, dimension, whatever. And in addition to my cheeks, I'm going to put it on my forehead as well, just to, I don't know, bronze up my forehead. I mean, normally people do it to make their forehead smaller, but I really don't have that big of a forehead, so I just kind of do it to give it some, like, bronziness. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. HD powder and my Beauty Blender and just pat this on my chin and my forehead and like below where I put my bronzer. Now I really have an oily T-zone, so my forehead, my chin, and the sides of my nose and underneath my nose get very, very oily. But since this is like a natural makeup look, I think powder can sometimes make you look a bit like you have on too much makeup. So I did not put my powder there. on the sides of my nose and stuff like that today, but if you want to, you can. And I didn't specifically because my nose does get kind of dry if I put powder there, so I either can choose to have like a powdery cracked nose, or I can have just like an oily nose and blot it out throughout the day. So that's just what I do instead. Now I'm taking my Wet n Wild Illuminating Highlighter in Precious Petals, and I am telling you guys, this is literally the best highlighter I've ever bought. And I am taking my Smashbox Primer Water again, and I am spraying my brush and dipping it into the highlighter and highlighting my nose, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, for right now at least. And yeah, this highlighter is only like $3 or $4. You can get it at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, whatever. And it is just as good as a Becca highlighter, as Anastasia highlighter. Like, it's the best highlighter I've ever seen. I'm so ugly, dude. Like, I'm singing Hotline Bling. I'm so ugly. Anyway, I also put the highlighter on my brow bone, and yeah. So right now I am taking the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. It's a little travel size one, and it's a liquid form, which I don't like, but I do like putting it underneath my highlighter to make it more bright and make it last longer. So I am putting 3 dots on each side, and I am going to take my beauty blender and just pat that in and blend that in. As you can see, it doesn't give you very much highlight, like how I like my highlight to look. So I go over top with the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter again, taking the same brush that I used to do my bronzer. I'm spraying it with the, I sprayed it with the Smashbox Primer Water, and I am going on top of that Becca highlight. And as you can see, it already makes a huge difference from the Becca highlight. And if I were to put the powder on by itself, it would still be like just as bright, because that's how great of a highlighter this is. And I'm not sponsored by Wet n Wild or anything like that. I don't know if anybody is. I don't know if that's even possible. I wish I was though, but I'm not. But I'm just saying, this highlighter is like the best I've ever gotten, and I want you guys to go pay the $4 for this highlight, because it's popping. Then I'm taking a fluffy powder brush. It's really big, and I'm going to be dusting away all the powder I put on my face underneath my contour or bronzer, on my chin, and dusting away on my forehead. And the only thing that I can say negative about the e.l.f. translucent powder is that it does give you an ashy flashback, and that is not cute. So yeah. After that, I have these like lines on the sides of my mouth, and it's mostly because of just like the way that my cheekbones are, and like my cheekbones are higher up, but my cheeks are like pretty poofy. So I take like a concealer to stop my makeup from creasing where my cheeks meet with my mouth, if that makes sense, or my laugh lines. But they're really not laugh lines, but whatever. I use that because that just stops it from creasing altogether, and I love that. Then I am taking this $1 e.l.f. eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and I'm taking it to make a wing, because I always do a wing. You almost will never see me without a wing eyeliner unless like I'm so lazy, which I have been lately. But yeah, I'm just drawing the wing. This is not a winged eyeliner tutorial, but hopefully you can watch what I'm doing and maybe you can do the wing too, because I know it's super hard for some people. But yeah, as you can see, I mess up too, so just try your best and hopefully you can tell what I did here. After I'm done with my eyeliner, which took forever, I'm going to take, which has something on it, I am going to take my Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita, which is my favorite color, and I'm just going to put that on my lips. It is so soft, like it feels like it's not even there. I totally recommend it. It's crazy because you can use like, not like ColourPop, but you can use a cheap liquid lipstick from like the beauty supply and you think that it's good, but honestly, nothing compares to Kat Von D's liquid lipstick. Other than maybe ColourPop, but I've never used it before, so I really can't say. I do need to buy some though, but yeah. This liquid lipstick also makes your lips really big. I don't know if it is plumping effect in it or if my lips are like allergic to something in it, but yeah, my lips get really big whenever I use it. Anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My highlight is popping, I think. Hopefully you guys think so too, and you can see what I did and use it in your own life with your makeup too. So yeah, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to catch some of my other videos that I have coming out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.